Last year at Wembley, I took my Tottenham flag with me, and on that Tottenham flag, it actually says Dorset Yids. I didn't even think about it when I first did it, but when I was at one of the games, a guy who sits near me called Andy, you know who you are, he said to me, "Surprised you got in with that flag." I said, "Why? What's the score?" He went, "Well, because it says Yids on it." He said a friend of his had a really big flag, a Yid Army flag, and it was actually confiscated from him by the stewards. And I was like, "Well, no one's ever said anything to me. I've been bringing my one for a while now, so I don't know." Nothing was said. And as luck would have it, typically, along comes a steward about 10 minutes later, and he says, "Whose flag's this?" I said, "It's mine." He said, "I'm going to have to take it." I said, "What? Take it? What do you mean, take it?" He says, "Yeah, you can't have that flag up because of the Y word." So I said, "Well, I ain't going to argue with you, mate." I said, "I'll take it down." So I undone the strings that was holding it up and started to put it in the bag. Well, actually, yeah, it was him doing that. He was doing that. So I said to him, "Can I have my flag?" And he went, "No, I can't give it to you." I said, "Well, I'm going to put it in my pocket. What's the problem? It's not going to cause you a problem." No, we've had orders from the club that you can't use these flags. So I was like, "Well, I'll tell you what, mate, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get someone from Tottenham to come here and tell me that I can't have my flag." I said, "Because it's my property and I'm not prepared to give it up." I said, "I'm happy to take it down if that's what you want, but it's mine, so you ain't having it." He said, "No, what we do is we send it off to Tottenham and then you have to apply to have it back." And I went, "Whoa, mate, I ain't having that. We ain't playing that game." I said, "It's my flag. I want it back." Anyway, cut a long story short, the outcome was that they gave my flag to the girls behind the counter in Wembley, and I had to go there after the game and pick my flag up, which I did. Got a little bit of larrup from one of the girls there. "Oh, maybe you shouldn't bring it in future." And I said, "Well, maybe the club should say that they don't want us to do that because it's the first time I've heard anything like this." So anyway, that aside. So I got my wife, God bless her, to actually stitch Spurs over the top of the word Yids because I didn't want to give my flag up. So what I did is I then took it to Spurs at Wembley, and I've not had any problem since. Touch wood. So it clearly was an issue with the Y word. Now, some of the guys who sit close to me are Jewish supporters, and they were saying to me that they weren't concerned about it. They actually liked it, liked the flag and felt that it was supportive of them. So I guess why I'm doing this is that I've seen someone else put up a few posts about flags and with Yids on and that, and I mentioned to them that you might want to be a bit careful because I don't think that's going to be allowed in the new stadium. I just got this feeling that it's something they're going to crack down on. I know they can't stop us singing, but they can stop you with your flags and stuff like that. So I wonder whether that's something that the club have actually decided specifically that they're gonna stop it. So my intention with my flag has never been to upset any Jewish person that supports the club. I've always felt that it was done in solidarity for the Jewish supporters who in the late 70s, early 80s, 90s, and still to this day get an awful lot of abuse from fans of other clubs, specifically, West Ham, Chelsea, the usual suspects, hissing noises and all that kind of stuff, Hitler's coming to get you, all that old nonsense. So I always felt it was a bit of solidarity. But, I'll put it out there, if you are a Jewish fan of Tottenham Hotspur and you are offended by the use of the Y word, then I'd be interested to hear your view on that. If you would rather Tottenham fans stopped doing it, then I think as Tottenham fans we should respect that because it was only ever meant to be supportive. But if it's gone past that now, and that's the question I guess I'm asking, has it gone past that? Should we be reflecting and saying that's for the past? maybe now is the time that we say, okay, we're not gonna do that because it offends our own supporters rather than defends our own supporters. I don't know. What do you think? You know, if you're one of those people that's offended, let us know why. But if you're offended and you're not Jewish, I'd be interested to know what gives you that right. I don't know. I'm just posing a question, I guess. Have a think. Comment. Let us know. Up the Spurs.